Hey guys, how you doing? This is Manga section. I'm here today to bring the review for My Hero Academia episode 36. Now, our last review, I was saying how I think that some of these final exams are going too easy, and I still kind of feel this way. I'm going to go through all the fights that we had within this episode, but I'm starting to see more of the struggle. But let's just go through the fights that we got within this episode. So the first fight, and I don't know whether their names yet, but you should know who I'm referring to. By the way, I refer to them. So we have Uravity versus the guy who can shoot laser beams from his belly button. And now this fight for me, I'm really leaning towards that 13, the hero that they're facing, was going easy on them, plus the skills that Uravity developed during like the work experience, the work internship, whatever it was, playing the factor to their victory. Because we start off the fight where we see 13 trying to suck in Uravity and the other guy as well. As soon as Uravity lets go, which I do think that was the other guy's plan, so there was a planning factor in there as well. But the fact of the matter is, she was trying to suck them in. 13 was trying to suck them in, and Uravity lets go. And as soon as she gets close enough to number 13, obviously she stops her black hole. And now my point is that 13 was trying to suck them in, so she should have had a plan for when they got close, but that wasn't the case. As soon as Gravity got close, whatever she learned during her work experience kicked in, and she was able to disable 13, pin her down, and then the other guy came and hopped in and put in the cuffs. So for me, this was a kind of 13 going easy on them. Yes, there was some sort of planning from the other guy, and it's just experience of what they've learned playing a factor to no, it was learning experience playing into fact for Uravity. But I think overall, I'm gonna put up that victory to 13 going easy on them, but there was other factors in there. If we move on to the electric guy and the alien girl, the girl that can melt things with her acid, I think it is, they had a fight up against the principal, and where the principal was just completely dominating them. And I don't know if this is the first time we're told this, but we're told about the principal's quirk and that how he's just smarter than the average bear, or I should say average human. But he had a fairly easy time dealing with these two, and these two don't pass the exam. So, and rightly so, because the principal I'm talking about, he just basically outsmarted them in every way, shape, or form. So rightly so, they don't pass their exam. So after that fight, we had the earphone girl versus that. I'm not sorry, the earphone girl and the guy who can control animals versus the mic hero. And now, again with this fight, I'm really leaning towards the pro hero going easy on them. Yes, there was a plan element in there, because once the earphone girl saw the bugs and it's like, oh wow, if my colleague can control bugs, then I've got a plan. And the plan was good. My only problem is with the plan is like, like you see bugs coming up at you, you just shake them off and carry on kind of vibe, or use your voice on the bugs kind of thing. Like, yes, he's mentioned that how sound doesn't reach underground, but once they're up on his leg, blah, and then get rid of them bugs and then continue the fight. But it was because of this plan and they was able to win their fight. So my next fight, which I do not, my next fight was just a complete easy victory for them, where we had the the guard who can turn invisible, and the other guy. I don't know his name. I don't exactly remember what his quirk does. But the whole fact to the point is we had the sniper now, and the sniper is trying to snipe one of them, obviously the one that's not invisible. And once the invisible girl whipped off her gloves, whipped off her boots, it was a fair victory. Yes, she goes for the handcuff route, but she could have easily gone for the escape route as well. So I don't really think they thought that through when they was pairing when they was doing the pairings and deciding who the UA students were gonna face, because as far as I'm concerned, that was a very easy victory for them. On the other hand, for the last fight, we had Grape and Tate versus Midnight, and that wasn't an easy fight for them. We know Midnight's quirk works best on boys, bang, and we know that Mr. Grape, he's just the pervert of this series, so it's like a super effective quirk to use on him. And actually, let me just go back to the earphones and the animal guy bit for just a quick second. I forgot to mention that how I like this bit because it develops the animal guy as a character. It just builds on his character a bit, and up until now, he's been like a secondary character, even though he's part of the main class. But they developed him just a little bit within this episode where we see him. He's noticed that his colleague is injured, and because of that he overcomes his fear of the bugs, because we find that he's afraid of the bugs, to help his friend and therefore pass the exam, so he can therefore become a hero. That was one thing that I liked about this bit, and I was reminded of that because we had a similar situation for Grape here on the Grapes as I call him. As the episode is going on, we have that doctor just saying that maybe Grape isn't cut out for this hero lifestyle, but he does by the end of the episode show his resolve for becoming a hero, and therefore he was able to um pass this exam in his own style. So yeah, that's all the facts I want to talk about. I do want to go back and mention though that I found this episode really funny. There were so many funny moments within this episode, but just to name a few of them, I have to mention the principal. The principal is hilarious. It's just his whole mentality, the way he acts. That was hilarious. Just another thing with where we had the principal. What was the other one? The Mike Hero. The Mike Hero. It's just at one point he had this facial expression, and I found the facial expression is really funny. And just the last one that I'm gonna leave off. There was more, but the last one I leave off is the whole Grapes. My boy Grapes. Man was crying blood. Man was crying blood, and he was just so vexed at the tape hero for saving him, because if he didn't save him, it would have been, he reckons it would have been him in a predicament where you got to feel a little bit of chest, and just lie on the leg. So he was just upset about that. Those are my three favorite moments of this episode, the most funny moments of this episode. I think there was a few more, just a little bit few more, but I had to mention those three because this episode was funny, because we got the little character development here and there. I am willing to give this episode a 4-star rating and call it a review. Like always, guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. But most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.